Chief of Staff, Chief of General Ogolla, and other KDF soldiers who've lost their lives in line of duty. We remember General Ogolla as a professionalist in the line of professionalism and leadership, where he became a role model and he was able to lead and give a way in the way the KDF should be done. In a special way, Mr. Speaker, allow me to wish the survivors of the crash. One of the survivors, was from my place, the Colonel Koruta Kasaine, and we wish him quick recovery. And as a constituency, we are proud of him, and we thank God for saving his life and giving him a second chance to serve the Republic of Kenya in KDF. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Wanjala.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Budalangi is a neighboring constituency to Alego Usonga. And Mr. Speaker, we in Budalangi and the people of Alego Usonga and the Siaya, we were also celebrated to have a senior person in the government. Unfortunately, God loved him more than we loved him. He's gone, Mr. Speaker, but we wanted to be on record that in those areas, many of our gallant sons have died in mysterious ways. We lost Ouko, we have lost Ogolla, and we lost many others that died in such circumstances that cast us.
Roku.
Honorable Speaker, thank you.
You have a minute, so you better deliver your message quickly.
I said I want to condole with the family and the people, all the families which lost members through the military air crash. Honorable Speaker, I happen to share a platform with General Ogolla in Burundi during the East Africa Special Summit, where he was a dedicated security expert in matters Eastern Congo. Honorable Speaker, at the same time, I want to condemn Omburu Odinga's remarks during the burial of the late Ogolla for castigating the young man when his mourning is done. That was extremely bad and uncalled for. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Member for Gishugu.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Among the people or the soldiers who perished alongside the General Ogolla are Senior Sergeant John Kenyua Mureithi from Kirinyaga Central and Sergeant Rose Nyawera from Mwea. And I echo my colleagues in condoling all the families that lost their loved ones, and also wish the ones that survived quick recovery. And I urge all the leaders who come from the areas that these soldiers were on duty to sit down, bring their mind together, and come up with ways that they can end banditry and bring security in those areas. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
John Waluke.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I also want to take this chance to condole to the family of General Ogolla and 9 others who departed together with General Ogolla. I worked with General Ogolla, Honorable Speaker, together with Honorable Araso there. He was a good officer, and he really took care of military during his time of when he was in office before he departed. Honorable Speaker, I used to see him on the social media when he was going for morning run with junior soldiers, and that is to show that he really took care of that other soldiers, Honorable Speaker. So this
Bensouda? There you are.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. And I would like also to join in eulogizing the late CDF. And I want to say that there are many lessons learned truly, but there's no time. I want to say that in eulogizing the late Ogolla, cultural practices or diversity is upheld in the Constitution. And if given chance to mourn, I think we have not yet fully concluded in mourning General Ogolla. And when you see the region carrying on with mourning General Ogolla, know that it is constitutionally upheld in the Constitution. Number two, I want to say that this House must learn that when ad hoc committees or any committee of inquiry is formed to provide for a report, and I'm talking from the perspective of what the President said, that he is going to make sure that truth and nothing but the truth is given and provided.
Your time is up. Order, Bensouda. Your time is up. KJ.
Mr. Speaker, I thank you. I had the honor and privilege to meet General Ogolla and his family. And Mr. Speaker, what a fine gentleman and what a big loss for this country. And Mr. Speaker, it is the book that tells us that you shall know them by their fruits. Through the family, we were able to have a sneak preview of what kind of a gentleman, a person, and what demeanor General Ogolla was. But most importantly, General Ogolla was a teacher who is teaching us even in his death. Mr. Speaker, General Ogolla is telling us that we need to rethink our final rights as a country. We cannot have villages that spend more on funerals than they do on the education of their children. Mr. Speaker, the leadership that General Ogolla has presented is something to be emulated, Mr. Speaker, even in his death. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I just pray that God teach me to number my days so that...
Yes, Robert Mbui.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As grandson of the first four-star general in Kenya, the late General Jackson KIMEUMANA, I also stand to condole with the families of the bereaved. And Mr. Speaker, General Ogolla is the first officer, or rather the first general to die in office. So of course there's going to be very many questions. You heard what the son said when there was the funeral was there. He said the father was physically fit, but somehow the father was also preparing them for his demise, which was, you know, those are the kind of questions that we need to have answered. So I think it's important that we hasten the investigations, and if possible, even this House also plays a role in ensuring that we can bring this issue behind us so that Kenyans can also have proper and full closure. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Wow. Donya. We are coming this.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. As we continue mourning our hero, we've seen many funerals and we learned so many things. Donya standing here, I can say, for General Ogolla's burial and the funeral ceremony, we didn't witness women fighting, children coming on board. He led us. He has taught us. We give him a heckle, Mr. Speaker, for his well-behaved way that now everybody is having an appetite for his moral ways in the family. Thank you.
Yes, member for Endebess.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. First and foremost, for letting this House honor our fallen heroes, Chief of the General Defense Forces, General Ogolla, and the other 9 members who died in an aircraft in West Pokot. Honorable Speaker, it's a sad day for our country, and we want to say pole to the family, pole to all those people who General Ogolla made a difference in their life, especially our most disciplined forces, the Kenya Defense Forces, who have excelled in many of the peace missions within the region and even far away. Honorable Speaker, issues of cattle rustling in which he was following up are very emotive issues, and we hope that the government will deal with it once and for all.
Honorable members, we've done a full hour. Allow me to truncate the debate here and call the majority leader as the last speaker on this. Bear with us. There is a motion by Roida tomorrow to do with the army as well. Please be available to make. Rosa, you've just come in. The people who have been here all this time, they have not gotten their space. Majority leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, allow me to join the House in condoling with the family of General Ogolla and all the other 9 gallant officers, including the pilot, Major Magondu, who lost their lives in the tragic crash last week on Thursday. Honorable Speaker, you remember when it happened, it was Honorable Millie Odhiambo who drew attention of the House to that tragic loss and the crash on Thursday evening, and it was not yet clear at that time what had exactly happened, just as it is not clear yet what exactly led to that crash. Honorable Speaker, I want to say, as the President committed during the funeral of General Ogolla last Sunday, that the government of Kenya and indeed the Kenya Defense Forces have already set up a team to investigate the circumstances that led to that accident, that very unfortunate accident. Honorable Speaker, I can only join the President to reassure the House and the country that the Defense Forces will ensure, as they have always done, in a very professional way, embark, as they have already done, on investigations to ascertain exactly what led to that unfortunate accident, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this also offers the country an opportunity, and it's good that you gave us this opportunity not only to mourn our departed colleagues and great countrymen, but also afford this House the opportunity to reconsider, and I hope the chair of the Defense and Foreign Relations Committee is listening, that at times the military does come before the House looking for resources to modernize equipment. And I've had many members during the budget-making process criticize without knowledge the modernization of military equipment. And Honorable Speaker, probably this now offers that opportunity, that as we consider the next few years' budgets, this coming financial year and the next years, to consider, seriously consider modernization of all our military equipment, including the aircrafts that we use, not just in the military, but also in the police, including, Honorable Speaker, the presidential jet, the jet that... Honorable Speaker, I was saying the presidential jet, you remember, was purchased in the early 80s or late 80s by former President Daniel Arap Moi. And probably this offers that opportunity now to reconsider all this equipment, be it aircraft and other military equipment, Honorable Speaker, towards modernizing them to the modern equipment that is safe and good for use, not just by the military, but also other government officers. Honorable Speaker, as we remember General Ogolla and the other 9 gallant officers, Honorable Speaker, let us also remember their families, to pray for those families, and also, Honorable Speaker, to remember that all these military officers give their lives to protect all of us to live in a peaceful and secure country. And we must, as we mourn them and remember the families that they have left behind, Honorable Speaker, and I must commend the Kenya Defense Forces, because we have seen the support that they have extended not just to General Ogolla's family, but to the families of other officers who lost their lives, and others, Honorable Speaker, that I know who had lost their lives earlier in accidents, like the one that was there in Gong, and the military and the Kenya Defense Forces continue to offer very good support to those families. And also ask the House Honorable Speaker to also consider more budgetary allocations to the military to even be able to offer better.
Thank you, honorable members. We'll end here, and I want to echo what one of you said. Members of this House and leaders from the counties and constituencies in the North Rift, Elgeyo Marakwet, West Pokot, Baringo, Laikipia, Samburu, Turkana, and others. Please sit and talk peace. If we did not have peace challenges in those regions, the general would not have gone there to help construct special schools under special circumstances. Get together, talk peace, embrace peace. You are the leaders. The people who are fighting and raiding and killing each other are the people you lead. Take a moment of your time. Those young people wielding Kalashnikovs and G3s are our boys. Get down there and talk to them. Take them to school, reform them, give them alternative activities other than wrestling and killing each other. We will still be having General Ogolla, we will still be having the 9 other officers. The leadership must start from this house. If you want to amend the law to give an opportunity for you to spend part of your CDF on security issues, so be it, so that you can change the situation. Let's go back to the normal order. Before we call out the next order, allow me to recognize in the public gallery